which is a person, an executor holds the estate for the dead person, and that entity is dead, but you got to know who your family is so you can claim that.
Right. And I want to say something for like some people like say they in financial crisis, and it ain't, it's other ways of taking control of that entity too. Like with the assumed name certificate, like in Missouri, it says on the Secretariat website, it said if you're doing business in any name other than your true name, it says that name must be registered with the Secretary of State. So I take the legal name and register the legal name with the Secretary of State, and I put the true name as the holder of that corporation. Then you get a foreign EIN number, and then you put it to that, and then you operating foreign and you control the entity.
Sound like a secure party creditor.
No, it's not. It's not secure party creditor.
Brother John King,
filing no financial statements.
None of that. You did the DBA process though.
John King, where you at? Where you at?
In Missouri.
I'm in Missouri.
Yeah, where you at? St. Louis?
Nah. I'm in
St. Louis.
I'm in Jackson County, but we use the same laws. The St. Louis County, they have the same. I got all my stuff in, so if you ever want to build, just get at it.
Yeah, I'm about to get at you so we can build, man.
I know somebody in your seat, well, Missouri, but
yes, sir.
Illinois, actually.
Yeah, just remember, everybody, it's to each his own. Everybody's in different stages of the process. Just don't jump process, because I'm telling you, if you jump, they have you in a world of shit, and then that's gonna put you behind because you gotta crawl out the hole. Just start small steps. Start creating assets, saving your money. Now you know what to save your money. Instead of buying the J, go buy some silver. Instead of going shopping every week, go buy some silver. Go get a secure credit card. You know what I'm saying? Go get a secure credit card. Start building your credit.
Right. Hey, what I recommend is take the prep course. Take the prep course. Go through AMPC. You guys are all here. You guys are all on the platform in this conference. If you guys do not go through the AMPC prep course, so AMPC is actually helping a lot of us get to the next level. So I recommend. I already went through the process. I got my ID. I'm working on my perfected package and other certain processes, but I recommend AMPC all the way. If you guys have any questions, you guys can email them and they will help you guys out.
Really, there's no other way, because if not, you suffer by yourself. You get locked up. You got nobody to have your back.
Right.
You got a platform
Are you able to talk to someone on the phone too, rather than just email?
Now, Chris was saying something earlier about getting married, or people getting married assuming the surname or the marriage name and getting the 98 trust. How does that work?
And they talked about that on the last conference call, bro. But I don't know.
No, I know it was brought up earlier.
Yeah. Anybody else want to speak on that? Actually, Chris's daughter and son-in-law actually was on the last one. They talked a lot on how they actually went through the process. It's actually, I'm working.
Yeah, I mean, I was a loop for a minute.
I want to get married through that process too, through AMPC and take that route. So I know how you feel.
Yeah.
Okay, so
right, because we didn't even get married. We're common law because we're like, we don't want to get involved or start another bond in the United States government.
Exactly.
For them to make money off of.
Yeah, and if you did that, any children would also be their property. So
Exactly.
AMPC has been helping couples get married, several of them now already, and it's what they have is they have a trust covenant. It's called a trust covenant.
Okay.
Yep, they actually have a certificate. They actually have a process they walk you through, helping you put a notice in the public notice in the newspaper and run it for 3 weeks and different things. They've got a process, and then you get a certificate where you have witnesses, you have a notary. You actually go to the county recorder and they record it,
right,
and they put the county recorder's seal. Just that alone, you can take just that certificate alone and take it to like your bank accounts and things, and they'll switch your name over just with that. That's what my daughter's done. So, you know.
With that certificate through the county?
Through the ANPC, yeah, the ANPC certificate, and it recorded in the county, they will actually switch your name over on accounts and things like that, with just that certificate.
That's
Yeah, I'm hopping on the prep course.
And you can also, another thing you can do then, instead of a social, with the new married name, you can actually take and get a 98 in that name and use that EIN then in place of a social for, you know, if the woman wants to do that route.
Even though
I got a kid.
Not an American national?
Say that again?
Even though she's not an American national?
Well, she would become an American national if she went in and got a 98 trust and, you know, the ID and things like that, she would.
Okay.
But yes.
Whoever you're contracting with, get on the same page.
Yeah.
Before you contract.
Want to. Now, with the common law marriage, though, I have seen couples where one of them is a member and the other one is not, and it's still the common law marriage certificate still works. It's called the trust covenant. That actually still works for them if they do it that way, because there's still it still puts them out of the contract with the state and that venue, because you just don't.
Right.
You said trust covenant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what the title on it is. Yeah.
Yeah, for the marriage.
Now I got a kid coming in November. With that, is there anything I should or shouldn't do when they have me sign paperwork?
Don't sign any. Take your family Bible. No. Okay. I mean, don't talk to me about this, because I would tell you don't you do that. But that's just me. I'm a midwife, so I know.
Right.
Go through a doula. Find a doula.
Exactly. Okay, but still.
A doula. Okay.
I know a lot of people. I know people aren't to that point. They don't get it. They think we have to go to the hospital because it's an illness when it's really a natural process. But
yeah, I don't believe in hospitals for nothing. I do all homeopathic everything, so I'm used to doing stuff at home.
So take your wife to the woods and take the family Bible and make the record in the woods.
Camping trip.
Recorded. Something like this.
So if I do go to the hospital, though, because we're already saying all that, should I just deny the paperwork, or?
Yes, you take the family Bible record and you take right there and as soon as that baby's born, you put your name and you take that baby's feet and you tell them, this is my baby right here, because see, that's what they do. The thing is that that they
pluck them from the water.
Get this. There's one of our members in Texas. He knew exactly how this worked. So the instant the baby was born, he told the doctor, he said, you give me that placenta right now. The doctor's like, huh? They didn't want to, because the placenta, listen to me, the placenta is what they create the entity on. Exactly. So when they were mad, they even called the cops on him. He said, they won't give me my placenta. He got it, and they could not create an entity on it because he took the placenta.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
That makes sense.
Do you know that the reason why they cut you off?
I do. Yes, I do, because then that's a live bird.
All the nutrients to get to the baby, so they cut it off. They cut it off, so the baby's not receiving all of the nutrients.
I know.
So man,
Sambo.
Yep.
Hey, check this out.
Don't get me started.
It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. You know, they taking your actual DNA and claim it. They footprint and the fingerprint. It's the DNA.
Right.
That's why that was one of the reasons I it on the.
So guys, what about this? What if you had What if you had a non-UCC and a bond in place already on that baby before you got into the hospital, and you bring all your paperwork and you have everything? What if you had that all right there, and as soon as it comes out, you slap it down and you say, hey, I've got a claim on this child and it's bonded and everything.
First in line, first in time. Claim the name first.
Chris, you wouldn't be in the hospital.
Oh, I know. No, I never went to the hospital ever. I had all mine at home. No way. I would not go to the hospital.
Those were the late bloomers. The ones that was breathing it on the way of the birth.
You try to tell them, remember, in the slavery days, they would have their baby on the side of the tree and go back to work. You know? That's how it was. Laying down is not a natural birth. But lights on the baby is not a natural birth.
No, so how? You know what I think? I think we need to start the NBC hospital. It sounds like we've got
let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna show you how the kangaroo gives birth.
There's a job for some people.
Instead of the job is
people.
The job is people too, yeah.
No.
Yeah, guys, I remember somebody before mentioned that once you become private, you are actually on your own. Shouldn't there anything be there for you to actually protect you? Somehow? What happened?
Remember, you're getting put back on the land, so you're not under the jurisdiction of the United States. You are the law. One who fails to assert their rights has none. You just got to assert it, and you got to put it in a ballot plan.
It's a natural human right. That's all it is.
Okay, so realistically, that's exactly what it is. You're declaring your independence. So if that's what you're doing, you need to prepare yourself for such. And since technically speaking, you would be considered being on your own or whatever like that in that fashion, that's more of a reason why it's important to be involved with what we're doing right now together. So technically speaking, you would not be on your own, even though you will be in your own personal sovereign capacity.
You're gonna be a lone wolf.
Yeah,
it's all yeah, lone wolf. That's a part of a wolf pack.
Exactly, but man, that wolf pack is over here and got the certain credentials.
You say what?
This is the government right here. Micro government.
Our own nation, brother.
See, all we're doing right now is we're reinventing the wheel and doing the same thing that they did in a certain concept, except we're gaining the ownership of it. We're taking ownership over our vessel. That's all we're doing.
Yeah, come on.
That's all we're doing.
Good to see you, Vanessa.
What's up, Vanessa?
Hey,
oh, G.
Hey, Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Doing the UCC and the secure party process, even though, once you get to the process and you understand that, that's not the full route, it actually stands coming out the United States jurisdiction and doing everything for you. Because when you do the secure party process, you got to come up with your own ballot numbers. You got to create your own numbers for your documents. You got to create your own, if you do the birth certificate, everything you create is still in the lines of how the United States created it, but you created it. They did it. It's the same concept. If you got a nephew and your nephew out in the streets, you can go get an insurance policy on your nephew. Even though that insurance policy is in your nephew's name, he can't do anything with it. You're the owner of it. That same thing, like me and Chris was talking about earlier with the birth certificate. You're going to do everything, but you're doing it for yourself now. You're not letting the United States get a policy on you. You're putting your own policy on you, on that fiction, on that persona.
You're waking yourself up. Now you're more confident to take them on your own. Chris.
Did she leave?
She's taking a smoke break.
What I was trying to say that we should everybody who actually become private, we should all have a community where we stand together.
This
like right now.
This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing.
Private American National Union, brother.
This is what we're doing. This is exactly what we're doing, because all we're doing is speaking on the right now reality. Right now, we're still our own individual men and women, but eventually we need to come together and start establishing the things we need to operate. Start establishing specific agencies that we need to operate. So it's like, until then, we're still gonna be playing it and straddling the fence, because some things we're gonna have to go back to the public entities, for, like hospitals and stuff like that. We just got to know how to operate within them. We're still using their airports. We're still going to their banks. Our kids are still going to their schools. So that's just the reality of the matter, and that's not even realistic to say everybody's pulling out and no, we're not. We're still half everybody on here is still going to work tomorrow. They're still doing it, so let's stop all the shenanigans on that. So we have to build ourselves up to that. You know, so that's why I keep on speaking about basic understanding of business, operating business. Because if you declare your independence, you're becoming your own secretary. You're becoming your own administrator. You're becoming your own banker. So you're a banker. So it's like we're becoming our own lawyers and attorneys. You know, we're dipping into all different type of venues to obtain this type of information and learning how to operate accordingly with this new obtained information. So this is considering that's a lot of weight on our shoulders. Which is why the importance of unifying what we're doing right now to build is the absolute most important thing, because education is the foundation of everything. Education is the foundation of the nation, period.
Knowledge, baby, knowledge.
Yes. You know, until we become yeah, this is the building point until we start establishing experts within the private sectors. So now we have personal private expert attorneys, personal private expert, whatever, all around the board. We can't just pull the plug and say F you guys. We have to replace that. We have to replace that. Just like with the driver's license. We're not just throwing away the driver's license saying screw you guys, the road is ours. We had to replace that. So until those voids are replaced, I would never recommend somebody like, yeah, screw all that, pull the plug, this and that. It's not realistic. Because at the end of the day, the first thing, everybody needs to learn how to survive financially in this world. Period.
Come on.
Period.
They got to open up that pineal gland first. Then you'll be able to see.
As of right now, we don't have that service. We don't have that service, so we have to figure that out independently in our own individual lives. How can I survive? I know how I can survive, so you guys have to know what can I do once I declare my independence, what can I live off on? You know, what to survive and provide for me, myself, and my family. So that goes right back to the whole entrepreneur mindset. So we can skip it all we want to and skip and run for this and go for the bonds and do this. We should go right back to what I've been saying in the beginning.
Credit.
End of the day.
Credit, right? Establish the credit, right?
How do you create the income without using Uncle Sam as a pedestal?
This is what I'm saying. Eventually, the plan and the goal is to become a nation of wealth. So that means the people that become members now will come into wealth. You see what I mean? Until that accomplishment is made, we gotta learn how to get it, how we live it. Bottom line. Unless somebody else got another realistic solution.
What about this crypto and Bitcoin? Is that any?
No, that's fake.
Blockchain.
Well, yeah. We will have our own cryptocurrency soon. We will have our own cryptocurrency soon.
For us to all invest in, That would be pretty smart for all of us to invest in as AMPC members. To invest into a platform so where we can create a value into an entity to where we can create the value so we can get credit or to be able to welcome in members.
It's all about leveraging everything we have, leveraging our assets, leveraging our skill sets. And every individual person has their own uniqueness about them. Leveraging your own uniqueness within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of things that's needed within the nation of what we're doing and who we are. So we need people to step up and fill those voids. If you know that's something that you're good at, or just do it. Start doing it. Start figuring it out. You know? We have a responsibility. Everybody has a responsibility. AMPC may be great, but AMPC don't have all the answers. We have to take responsibility for some things too, to figure things out as well, and to assist with the understanding of all this stuff.
I got a concept for all of us that bases on our financial needs, which a lot of people have. that was used and abused over times throughout bankers and credit unions, but that was the whole idea behind credit unions and starting your own charter up for the credit union. When we all, first off, we all got to have trust for one another, and this community that's what we build on. But a way to do it, like a credit union, is putting in our money or investments besides what we're investing in, and invest in one big savings account that accrues interest that nobody touches, but everybody benefits from.
Ultimately, we will be establishing trust. That's what it's all about.
Right, and that's part of, one of my concepts that I'm working on too. I've been reading into the charters and all that and how they work, how they're backed, and getting into that. But a lot of people are worried about the financial side of it, and that's one of the biggest pillars if we can figure that out to help us all and everybody, learn how to be responsible with their money and putting it in to benefit all.
Well, honestly, that's actually not nothing we need to figure it out as far as on this end. That concept is already understood on how to do it and what we need to do it. The problem is getting everybody. See, it's one thing to shoot the shit with people, and we all cool. The game changes when you talk about money. And you start transferring money, this and that. So now that's more of a reason why we need to screen everybody's mind states to make sure everybody's operating accordingly to be able to do those things and to be able to live in trust like that.
That's why we need to be on these other platforms. I know we got to the certain level. We got a certain amount of people that went through the process. When we speak about certain things, though, you talk about bonds, you talk about getting to the next level. But what I see that a lot of people are having a misunderstanding with this process is that a lot of people are coming from the secure party crypto process and they're not really understanding the American national and being a freeholder and being a sovereign all the way through the whole level. So I think just the education level, I'm glad that we're speaking on some of this stuff for some of the people to get the Marine Admiralty law, the fact that there is no such thing as money, House Bill resolution. Right. I'm glad that we're touching on certain bases because I see that a lot of people are not on that level yet because they are worried about that income that they're getting right now. So I'm glad that we can get to that next level, but we do have to educate all the ones that are here right now that are listening on why we're going to this next level and what's going on in society and exposing the truth because we are operating in a different capacity on a private level. So they don't even comprehend that.
This the thing. Let's say when the bonds, when every process involving the bonds has been perfected, right? Let's say we're sitting here at that very day. Still, we have to understand the fundamentals and basics of operating in business, operating in commerce, because it's still going to revolve around understanding basic contracting. Because at the end of the day, just like we can contract ourselves out, we can contract ourselves right back into some shit.
Right.
So because that's the only thing that I want to talk about. Because the thing is that having a perfected process for a bond is not going to teach you that. You still have to learn how to operate that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to talk about all the gold. I want to talk about what it takes to dig the gold out of the ground. What tools do we need? What tools do we need? How long? How deep is it? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what, because that if we focus on that, we're going to get all the gold in the world. If we perfect the process on digging the gold.
Yeah. Hey, this one, Mr. Sampson.
You say what, JB?
You got stuck.
Yeah. What I was saying with Sampson, it's what Hellraiser talking about is I feel your process, but if you want to use a bank to put in assets and gain interest, you still use the United States. We don't need a bank. All you need is trust.
I wasn't talking banks. I'm talking about what we're doing right here with us and doing it in our own, like a credit union is not a bank. Yeah.
Now I feel you. Check
I'm saying that kind of a system for us to work with.
Remember, as a creditor, you are a bank. And as a trust, that is an entity, which can be considered as a private bank once it has assets. So that's the thing we need to get on is you can understand how to build your assets. Then we start putting assets together and you wouldn't need the bank to collect the interest. You have assets backed by actual bonds, real value. Then you can issue certificates for the public. That's where the money will come from, the certificates. You know, not like stocks in a company when you got the trust certificates. So it gets a little different. It's like we have it right now. It's just getting people understanding, you know, the process. You know, it takes time because this stuff got to settle. You got to send out notices, then you got to let it settle. Then you got to send out something else, then you got to let it settle. You know, all this takes time versus just being able to jump right into it. And next week I got my trust. Next week, you know what I'm saying? And just starting to trust, like he was saying before, is if you can, it's almost smart to purchase a trust that already been in operation because it's already a business. It already has history.
Right.
But if you can't, then this is the platform to start from the bottom, you know. But as you learn about negotiable instruments and contracts, then you understand how to start attaching yourself with people who have assets, something you can acquire an interest in. That's how the bankers do it. It's just acquiring an interest and then using that interest to collateralize it and acquire other things that you need to buy bigger businesses or bigger platforms. If that helps.
Thanks for reiterating. That's more what I was getting at.
See what
just that simple concept.
What we doing right now?
Own nothing, control everything.
Own nothing, control everything. Absolutely.
Yep. Own nothing, control everything.
That's right. That's the motto.
We got to make a float in this day and age right now, but also as we perfect processes as of right now, we still can't be in a position where we feeling comfortable within that process because the game consistently changes. And the gatekeepers are not gonna sit up there and wait for all of us just to unplug out. Just like Chris said earlier, they making it harder to obtain the 98 numbers. I knew that. Just like we was talking about, a lot of us are having issues with getting the registered mail stamps. You know, they know what we're doing. You know, maybe not fully, but they know we're doing something that they don't want us to do. So they're making it harder for us to obtain these things. So that means we need to be hoarders of registered mail stamps. You know, because we might need to be selling them to each other in a couple of years. And
see if I can get a whole box.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm sorry, real quick. Real quick, is it Abia?
I saw the rubber that they made out of all that.
Abia.
Is it Abia?
Abia.
I'm sorry. Abia, was you the one that I spoke to last time about the 3877 firm mailing?
Yeah, you talking about the firm book?
Yeah.
It's a no-go. It's a no-go. It's a no-go. You can print off. They won't give it to us no more. When did you get it? Let me see. Because I work in the plant part. The firm book is what they use to register mail.
Oh, so you do work for the post office.
They won't give it out anymore. They real particular. They're actually teaching the clerks on how to not give it.
They don't want you to use it.
Remember I said.
I know you said you had it. I can't get it, and I work for them.
Remember I said you had to probably go to a. It only depends on the clerk. I promise you, because he didn't know.
Yeah,
I had to explain to him what he did, and he ended up.
Right.
You probably get it through a postmaster. Now, I think I may be able to get it through a postmaster that I may know. But like as far as you trying to go to the desk and say, hey, let me get that firm book, they're going to look at you like, no. Because
most of them don't know. Most of them don't know what it is.
Right.
Yeah. The clerks don't know what it is, but we know what it is. And so after I work for them now, I understand what it is because even when I send off registered mail, they have to record that stuff, and they have to send that book in every day.
Exactly.
So that's how important those registered mail is. And when it comes to registered mail, if we were to lose registered mail, that's automatic termination. So that's how important the registered mail is.
Mm-hmm.
It's super important. Like I can probably get rid of that. They grab for that.
Hey, JB, go grab me one.
Yeah.
You know, I tried.
Real talk. I promise you, if I get it.
I was able to get up. I wasn't able to get the hard copy.
The other day, and they told me certified was the same and didn't want to do the registry.
Oh yeah, they
kept deterring me and saying, "Oh no, you don't want to do that. You're just wasting money."
I mean, they really want to save you some money. Yeah, okay.
Go to a bigger post office. Explain to them that you got to send out. Say I have to have the registered mail number on. So that's how you can. That's how you can get the registered mail. Like I said, you can probably talk to the postmaster and say, "Hey, I'm going to be sending out a lot. I have this business, whatever. Say I need this because I have some valuable information, very important documents that I have to send out that needs it, and I have to have that number on the document." That's probably like the only way they'll give it to you.
Yep.
Well, hand raising, I'm out and I'll be right back in because I gotta leave. I gotta go slave, y'all.
You gotta go to the plantation.
Yeah, I'll be back on as soon as I get out this neighborhood.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to deter me from doing registered.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they will. They teach us to. They won't how to give it out. So yeah, they'll do
right.
Can
y'all hear me? Thank you.
Y'all say y'all have a hard problem getting your 9-8 numbers?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Anthony. I was paying attention to y'all talking about the registered mail stickers. Usually, when you go in the post office, you can remind them about the DM 901 manual. But the DM 901 manual will basically say that you are allowed to have the registered mail sticker. I was in the post office, me and my wife mailed some letters, and I told the lady I need 5 registered mail stickers. She said, "Well, sir, we can't give them to you." I said, "Well, according to the DM 901 manual," she turned around immediately and went and got them and brought them back to me without even asking a question.
Hey, you shut her up.
Oh yeah, it was just that quick. I get it from the same post office every time I ask for them. Every time I mention that DM 901 manual, DM 901 manual. That's the postmaster. Right, that's the postmaster. That's the post office manual on registered mail, and it tells you that the registered mail is for the public or the private. Right, it's free. They can't hold it from you. They can't keep it from you.
That's crazy.
It's the DM.
Thank you for that information, bro.
Oh yeah.
Just remember, if you can't in your state, still, even though they're going to try to hold it from you, just go to as many locations as you can. The reason for that 3877 farm book is going to save you money, because you know when we get to putting these notices out, registered mail, $5 and $6 a piece on these letters. Especially when you send out 20 letters, it can get up. It can get up there. That firm register mailing book, all you have to do is get a stamp for that, a real stamp, and log it in the book, and the postmaster will sign it. That's your evidence. And once you use this book, it's considered delivered and received. So if you ever have to go to court, on administrative process, you can subpoena. You don't have to do the subpoenas. Just take them to the postmaster. You just bring your firm mailing book and enter that into evidence.
Good shit, bro. Yeah. I never had any problems out of that DM 901 manual. I know when you mentioned that, they skip a different beat.
I like that though. I'm gonna use that too.
Yeah, just look it up, man. It got a PDF on it, man, and read it. You know what I'm saying? It tells you everything about the registered mail. It's all good.
Hey, bro, are you an AMPC member? Did you do your?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's done. Bond.
He OG. He OG AMPC member.
Can you repeat the name of that process again? What is the name of it?
The DM.
Yeah.
The DM what?
No.
The DM 901 manual. It's a postmaster's book. It's the post office book. It's in their manual. They can't deny you the registered mail.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people don't know about it. Yeah, bring up when they tell you no, say according to your DM9.
When people are ready to make a move and get a new job, the kind of questions that they ask on applications, how to answer them, kind of like, are you a U.S. citizen, or so on and so forth.
Basically, the I-9 form that you get when you get the ANPC 98 trust, if you look at it, you'll see they have it on there. It's, you're not a U.S. citizen, you're a national. And the I-9 form is the one that they go by.
I-9 form?
Yes, every job. That's the critical form is the I-9 form.
Yeah, you're right. That is.
Not the 1099, right? Not the 1099.
It's Homeland Security. Homeland Security, I-9 form.
Yeah, everybody fill one of those out.
Yep, and that's, you have to fill it out. You get, ANPC has one for nationals that you fill out and you take it in.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah. So you don't have to use those 1099 forms.
Is that something that we have to pay for, or is that something that comes with the package?
No, that comes with your 98 trust. When you order a 98 trust, you get that.
All right. Thank you.
So you don't have to use those 1099.
No, you don't use a 1099. You use a W-8.
Yeah. Okay.
Hellraiser, I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
When are we going to have a buy, sell, and trade platform on PanU soon?
Once our cryptocurrency is launched.
Oh, I would love to start bartering. How come we can't just barter? Let's start bartering.
Oh, we definitely can have a barter section now, though. I mean, it's something everybody has and something everybody want. Everybody has.
Yeah. Let's just have a barter section. We can just barter whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I'll start a page for the barter section. Everybody just has.
We don't need money,
Right. Everybody just have to put up there what they have, what skills they have, or things they can do and stuff like that. I mean,
where can we all?
American
Yo, raise the wine out on PanU.
PanU. Okay. I'm about to leave this chat room, but I appreciate the information that was spoken here.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
No problem. I'm put the link inside the chat again.
I sent you a private message.
Hey, but remember, everybody, you guys got to become ANPC members before you can join the panel. So just to let everybody.
Oh, okay. All right, that's what I want to know.
Yeah, so I put the link.
And then you guys will not be authenticated unless you have an ID. So get you guys' prep course done and get your guys' ID, because PanU is not for you.
Yeah.
You don't have that stuff.
If you guys,
because they can't.
For you guys that have already got your IDs, please join the network so you guys get in the loop and stay in the loop. So this is a very important extension to what we're doing. Like, it's all about unifying and it's like we have to put everybody together. But we're going through the separation process, separating us from the people that we shouldn't be building with. So and that's the reason why we have our security in place like that. We have to protect what we're doing and protect our processes.
That's right.
In return, we protect each other.
King, real quick.